Unifytale, Book 1, Kindness, Part 2, Audio Drama.
Rough time. How bud?
Sans began, as the scarf that he wore was now in his hand.
What?
The child asked with a confused tone.
I know what's going on, bucko. You got that kid under your possession, haven't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not dumb, Kara. You don't think I know how you act after all those resets?
Resets? What are you talking about, Sans?
Oh, don't think that I didn't know about all the times you freaking went back in time to make a new timeline, kid.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
You don't think I don't know all the times you made everyone suffer by doing the same crap over and over again?
Sans, I don't know. What's a reset?
Quit lying, bucko. Who else would have gotten bored so easily? Who else has enough determination?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Shut up! I know it's you! You little brat!
It was the first time Abigail had ever heard Sans yell. His voice boomed loudly throughout the empty hall. This person, Kara, looked down. She started to shake, but not in fear, but in laughter.
Well done, comedian. You solved my puzzle.
A glare was all she received as she smiled evilly.
So then, why don't we
She took a step closer.
play a game?
Kara began to attack, and naturally, Sans fought back. He clutches his brother's scarf as they fight. Attacks were thrown left and right. She dies numerous times, but always come back due to her determination. The fight carried on, and Abigail cries as she watches the fight. Bones were thrown from top to bottom. Her body gets thrown against the walls. Weird wolf-like skulls firing lasers directly at her. Slashing of knives is also present, as attacks either get deflected or avoided. The same knife slashes were used to attack the said skeleton. Sans dodges the knives each time, taunting Kara about how she missed. Bones would be deflected by the knife as a wave of bones went on.
Is that the best you can do, comedian?
I'm just getting started.
And with that, another wave of bones were thrown at Kara. She continued to avoid it by jumping, moving aside, even using the knife to deflect the attacks. Upon jumping, she was flung into the back wall where bones awaited, but to stop it, she stabbed a pillar. She growled a bit and prepared to assault Sans again. Wolf-like skulls were summoned again as they gathered energy. Another wave of bones went. Some were blue, and the others were regular white bones. Kara only got halfway towards Sans before the blast of energy was sent towards her. She barely dodged them due to the succession of the attacks. Slowly but surely, her HP was going down as she got closer and closer to him. The attacks kept on going. It didn't stop. Abigail's unheard cries grow worse as she sees how Kara is getting closer and closer to Sans. She didn't want this, she never had, and never will, so she once again fought for control. After what felt like an eternity, Abigail finally regained her power, when Sans' soul slowly began to shatter.
No! No, no! No, no, no! No!
She grabbed the shattering soul. White soon invaded her vision, causing her to close her eyes. The next thing she saw when she opened her eyes was just white, and Sans standing in front of her.
Sans!
Hey, kiddo.
His head was hung low.
Sans,
His usual white pupils were not seen in his eyes, as his head was kept low.
Give up, kid.
His voice sounded broken.
What?
Confusion was laced in Abigail's voice.
Give up. I did.
Sans, what are you talking about?
Kid, it's pointless. Cycle's gonna keep on going.
What? Sans, what are you talking about?
The resets. Things are gonna go back, and it's gonna happen again.
What?
asked Abigail, voice laced with more confusion. Sans let out a tired sigh.
I told Kara the same thing earlier. Resets basically can turn back time and create new timelines. If you can do that, then different outcomes can and will happen. What hurts the most for me is that I'm the only one to remember everything. What hurts even more is that I get to see the same bad things happen over and over again.
He explained.
I gave up. There's no point. The underground is already empty. There's nothing we can do anymore, bud. That brat's gonna be stuck here.
Scoffing, he continued to look down.
Maybe we'll reset. Do a peaceful run.
His voice was filled with longing.
Maybe one day we'll be free. I won't have to watch my friends and family die. That doesn't look like it'll happen. So, buddy, just give up.
Sans' monologue ended with the same broken tone. Abigail felt sympathy for him. She didn't know any of this, and yet she had felt so much emotion from all the things he said. It was clear that whatever Kara was doing, it was hurting Sans to the point where he finally had given up. And yet he spoke with such defeat that it angered her as she yelled,
Sans, stop messing around!
I ain't messing around, kid.
You're saying that this is a game?
Yeah, it's all a game. That's how that brat treats it.
Tears were running down Abigail's face as Sans faced her.
This isn't just some game!
She wiped away her tears as Sans kept staring.
Sans, I know. I don't know what you've been through, but we can't let Kara win. We can't give up now, Sans.
Abigail said.
Do you know how much it hurts to live the same things over and over again?
He asked with his broken tone again.
No, but I can tell it was painful.
It is. Being the only one to remember. It hurts. No matter how I tell the others, they'll just forget.
He looked away.
Sans, that can end. We just have to fight together, or everything will be over. We can't let Kara take away lives. We just can't anymore, Sans. If you can't do it by yourself, then I can try and help you as well. We need to do this.
Her hand was extended to him.
Together.
She smiled at him. A real, genuine smile. Sans contemplated, but soon he let go of the scarf he was holding and grabbed Abigail's hand. A golden hue began to wrap around the two. It grew brighter and brighter to the point where it was blinding, so the two closed their eyes. Abigail was afraid. She had thought it was the so-called reset that Sans talked about. Sans, on the other hand, was asking questions in his head on what was happening. He had a hunch, but he wasn't sure. But one thing was sure about the emotions of the two. They were both confused in what was happening. They both felt that they were growing stronger, like a lightning bolt had hit them, and had given them a surge of power.